back again with Amber Ezeani, who's an evangelization trainer with the Office of Lifelong Faith Formation and Parish Support. Right.
Yes,
I say
you're
it
getting
so often,
good at
but- yeah,
that.
okay. So we're moving on now from witness talks to social media. What about our collaborators, our parishes in general? Do you think that parishes belong in social media? And I'm maybe slanting that, but what do you think?
Oh my goodness, yes.
Okay.
I can't say it more aggressively. Yes, and you know, I think it's so important, especially you want like a younger generation like mine. My generation is a consumer generation. We want to know what you have to offer us, and if I like it, I'm going to come.
Yeah.
Because if I don't like it, there's lots of other churches I can choose from, you know? So you want to have that great presence. I think number one, your website. Because if I'm new to your community, or if, you know, like somebody gave me their witness talk and I'm like, oh my gosh, like this Jesus thing, like maybe I can do that, like let me check out this website. And I want to know if you're relevant. I want to know if you understand who I am as a person, and I'm going to get that from your website.
Okay.
So if it's like clunky, out of date, all of these things, I'm like, thank you, but no thank you. I'm going to Google right on out of there into something else.
Okay.
So website, huge, number one, put money there for sure.
Right, okay.
The second one, sometimes we overlook, is the bulletin. I mean, this is totally a media thing, you know? So what is your bulletin saying to me as a new person coming into your parish? Is it for all of the church people already there? Can I navigate it well? Like, what message are you sending in your bulletin? So just because you've been doing the bulletin the same way for how many years doesn't mean that you still need to do it in that same way. So, and then
in fact, it might mean just the opposite.
Yes. Because I want to know if you're relevant. I want to know if you understand me as a person and my needs, you know. And so it's really like a gateway for people into the parish. And so from that, then we talk about social media. So you have everything: Twitter, Facebook, Vine, YouTube, Flickr, like all of these blogs, all of these things. These parishes sometimes seem overwhelmed by this. So you can have that presence. I think it would be a good way to engage people, but this is just a way to engage people. And the thing about an online media presence is people log on so many times a day that if you only update it once a week, you are irrelevant. If you only update it every other day, you're irrelevant. So it takes a lot of time and a lot of
real
energy. Commitment. But the idea about it is it's an awesome gateway. So that being said, right, you have a great media presence, but what does your house look like? You know, you get them in through your website, through your media presence, but then they walk through the doors of your house, your church. You know, how are they greeted? Is it somewhere that, you know, they want to stay? So really, media is an awesome way to get people, wrap them in, but what are you wrapping them into? So making sure your home is nice and cleaned up for your new guests that are coming. But media, yes, absolutely, because if you can't even get them to step in your door, you know, they're not stepping in your door. Yeah, exactly.
So what about individual Catholics? What about the you know, Mr. Jones or Ms. Smith, whatever, social media presence vis-a-vis our faith?
I think, yes, once again, it's an awesome gateway. However, I have never heard of anybody who has converted based on, you know, their pure social media experience. Once again, I think it's an awesome gateway. So if I'm, you know, tweeting these things and I have a friend who gets on, you know, what's that going to lead into? Hopefully a conversation with my friend and I, because the important thing about evangelization, discipleship, is it's intentional and it's one-on-one. You know, so once again, media is a great gateway. So you want to open those doors, invite them in to a personal conversation with you, so that eventually, you know, you can introduce them to the person of Jesus Christ or encourage them in their faith. So awesome gateway, you know, into those things. So social media, yes, and then what you do with that.
So it's the total thing then. If you have a web presence, make sure that it's updated and make sure that your house is clean.
Make sure
your parish house.
Exactly.
We won't be coming to ring your doorbell.
No.
Well, maybe we will.
I mean that's one thing too. You know, obviously we work with collaboratives with parishes, but your house is an awesome opportunity to evangelize as well. So, you know, inviting people over for dinner, you know, because they engage with you in social media or something, you know, is an awesome way to do that too.
Oh, thank you so much, Amber. This has been great fun. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you for watching Video Facts at disciplesinmission.com.